I remember sitting on the cold floor of my small apartment one night, surrounded by bills I couldn't pay. I was 35 years old, I had a job, I had a roof over my head, but I felt completely stuck, like life was passing me by while I was just watching from the sidelines. That night, something inside me finally shifted, not in a big, dramatic moment. It was quieter than that. I realized I wasn't failing because I wasn't working hard enough. I was failing because I was holding on to things that were quietly destroying any real chance I had. So I started quitting, one thing at a time, and those small quits ended up changing my entire life. The first thing I quit was people-pleasing. I used to say yes to everyone. Extra projects at work, favors for friends, family obligations that left me drained. I thought being nice would make people like me. Instead, it just made me disappear from my own life. The day I started saying no without long explanations, I got my time back. My energy came back. The people who truly mattered stayed. The ones who didn't quietly faded away. And for the first time, I was okay with that. The second thing I quit was scrolling for hours every morning. I used to wake up and reach for my phone before my feet even touched the floor. I would scroll through other people's lives while mine sat there untouched. One day, I left my phone in the other room for the first hour after waking up. The silence felt strange at first. Then it felt peaceful. My mind started thinking its own thoughts again. Ideas started coming back. I finally felt present in my own day. The third thing I quit was comparing myself to everyone else. I used to open LinkedIn or Instagram and feel sick looking at other people's achievements. Every promotion, every vacation photo felt like proof that I was failing. I stopped following accounts that made me feel small. The relief was almost immediate. I could finally focus on my own path instead of measuring it against everyone else's. The fourth thing I quit was waiting for the perfect moment. I used to wait until I felt ready, until the plan was perfect, until I became the perfect version of myself before starting anything important. That perfect moment never came. One day I decided to start messy instead of waiting for perfect. The first project was average. The second was better. The third one actually made money. Progress started happening because I finally allowed myself to be imperfect. The fifth thing I quit was staying in toxic relationships. I had friends who only called when they needed something. Family members who drained my energy every time we spoke. I started creating distance. Not with anger, but with quiet boundaries. Some relationships faded naturally, others fought back. But the space I created allowed better people to enter my life. People who gave as much as they took. The sixth thing I quit was living in the past. I used to replay old mistakes and old heartbreaks every single night. My mind was stuck in yesterday. I started writing down 3 things I was grateful for every evening instead. Small things. A good meal, a kind conversation, a quiet walk. Slowly, the past lost its power over me. The present started feeling lighter. The 7th thing I quit was waiting for motivation. I used to wait until I felt ready or inspired before working on my goals. Motivation would show up for a few days and then disappear. I learned to move even when I felt nothing. I showed up on the days I didn't want to. The discipline I built in those empty moments became the foundation for everything that came later. Looking back now, I didn't become successful by adding more things to my life. I became successful by removing what was quietly killing it. The man who sat on that apartment floor surrounded by bills feels like a stranger to me now. He was scared. He was tired. He felt trapped. But he was also the one who finally decided to quit. And that decision changed everything. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You just need to start quitting the things that are quietly stealing your future. You finish this video. You put your phone down. For a moment, you feel that familiar pull to scroll, to delay, to wait for the perfect time. But now you know the truth. The life you want is not waiting on the other side of more effort. It's waiting on the other side of what you're willing to quit. So tell me honestly in the comments, what is one thing you are going to quit this week? I read every single comment. If this psychology fact made you think differently about your own life, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Your future self is watching. I'll see you in the next video.